I'm going to go over some of the features of the conversation feed that are found in each of your teams. Just a little warning, there's a lot on there, so this may be a little bit longer video. So just to start off, I think it's important to understand that each of your teams has a different conversation feed. So it's just specific to that one team. So if you post something in one, you'll have to go and post it in the other. There is a little bit of a shortcut for some of them, but in general, it's just you'd have to manage each one separately. So let's say I go into my sample team here. Now, our landing page brings us right to the conversation feed. This is our post. This is where we can have communication with our students. We can put prompts in there. We can have discussions, all that kind of stuff. So when I look at this, this is the conversation feed for my general channel, but each channel that I have on here has a different conversation feed. For right now, it's just important that we're working on this general one. This is where we're going to get all of our information out. So the way it's set up is that it's in a timeline, so it goes from bottom to top, with the bottom being the most recent. Now, these adjust based on what's been engaged with or what's been edited. The last thing I did was put this little welcome here. Now, let's say I have this assignment that I really want to make sure that comes first, that students are going to see. If I want to move that down, I just have to engage with it somehow. And then when I go back and come back in, that'll be at the very bottom. So that's how you can kind of manipulate your timeline. You can just kind of bump it down so that you know it's going to be fresh on the feed. So to leave a comment, down here in the white box, if you just start typing your message to your students, and this could be your welcome statement, this could just be a prompt, it could be a question for them, or it could just be some general information, you could post that right there. And when I click send, it's going to post right up there just like a little comment. You can get a little more fancy. If I go to this format option, this gives me the ability to add more of a formal title, and gives me a body to be able to type a message into. And in here, then you can edit your text a little bit, you can make things a little fancier, you can make it look a little prettier, whatever you want to do there. There's a lot of options here. Now this format also gives us another cool feature which could help us save some time. If I do this format option, I can actually post across multiple teams. So with my welcome message, instead of going to each team and posting that, I can do this post in multiple channels, select channels, and then find the other teams that I wanted to post that in. So if I want to post it in a different class, I could update that. So now when I send this message, it's going to go to multiple teams just by doing it once. So this could help save you some time if you have just general instructions or general information you want to send out to all your students. So now when I send that, that'll go to both teams. So that could be a little shortcut for us. We do have the option to also attach files out here. So you can upload straight from your OneDrive or from your computer. You could just upload that. Now, when you select to upload, this is important. I have to put it, or I can put it in class materials. Now, when I put it in my class materials, that means it's not going to be editable. So it's going to be a read-only. So now students have access to this, but it's a read-only. So if I have a PowerPoint I want to send out to them, I can upload it here, I can put it in my class materials, and they won't be able to edit it. They'll just be able to view it. So that's a way, if you have a PowerPoint or if you have something you want to send out, you can do that. Also, if you've recorded a video and you have it saved to your computer, this is where you could find that video and put it in, and then they'd be able to view that video. We do have the option to, of course, add emojis, which are awesome. You could do stickers, make things a little more interesting if you wanted to. But that's kind of the general post things. So that's all ready. I could send that and they'd all get a notification that was there. Now the next parts we get into are a little bit more technical. This next option right now, this little camera down here, That's our Meet Now. So this is our online web conferencing. So if you want to have a face-to-face synchronous meeting with your students, you could click this Meet Now and it's going to automatically create a web conference meeting right in your conversation feed. So I could click ready to go, Meet Now, and it's going to start that meeting for us. Now back on the conversation feed, all students have to do is click join and they would be right in there with you. When you're done, you can hang up and that meeting is over. So that's a really quick way to get a fast meeting with your students and then be able to be engaged with them. Now, one thing about that is it does not work well with large groups. So if you're going to do that, maybe have 2 or 3 students at a time you can meet with. That would probably be the best for that one. There are some options for stream, for leaving praise. Those really aren't anything I guess we have to do right now. The praise one can be kind of cool to help give feedback and encourage students if you want to do that. And really that's just click and explore it. It's pretty self-explanatory. As you go out, you can give them certain things. An important one here though is YouTube. So you can link a YouTube video right in here. So you have 2 different ways to do this. If you have an idea, let's say we're doing common denominators. You could search that, you could find a common denominator video, and that would post right in there for you. You can also, if you know the video you want to use, you can get the URL, paste it right in there, and it'll find that video. So you'll be able to get those videos right on there very easily. The next feature that I think is really important and really cool for us to use is, it's kind of hidden. I have to hit these 3 dots. And it's going to be this forms. So this forms is really cool because you can create a quick poll right there on your feed. So let's say I had a poll of what is your favorite sports team? And I could give some options. There is a correct answer here too. And you could keep going, you could add however many you want, and then when I click next, that's what it's going to look like. I could send that, and students will get that poll right on their conversation feed. They can just click and submit. Now watch what happens when I submit, because we got 2 things here. We got our poll and we got our responses. So I could submit that vote and I get live updates on what's been submitted. So that's a quick way to get information if you need it. You can, whatever kind of information you get sent out in a poll, you can do right here. So right now you can see our live updates. It's good to go. Another quick feature about the conversation feed that's important are the mentions. You can see right here it says type @ to mention somebody. So if you have a specific student you want to mention to, so let's say I needed to get this message to John Bemerly. Now everyone else can see it, but he's going to get a special notification that he has something to go look at here. So he'll get a special notification for that. You can also mention general, and that'll send an extra notification to everyone in your class. So that's a great way if you post something here but you want to make sure students get notified of it, you can set that at general and that'll send a notification to them. There are a lot of cool features to this. Like I said, you can put videos, you can put pictures, you can put documents. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do out here. Now, one thing as teachers we always have to be aware of is students can reply to things that we put on here, so they can leave comments, of course. So that opens up the window for students who may leave inappropriate comments. Now, we can deal with this very simply. If I have a student that's not engaging in the correct way, all I need to do is go up to manage, I'm going to go to manage team. So across from my team name, I have the manage team. And if I look at my members and guests, I can say, oh, John Bemerly, you are not engaging the correct way. I can mute him so that he would not be able to respond. Gina Williams, the same way. You're muted. You cannot respond to this now. So you get to see everything. You can still do your assignments, but you cannot respond to any comments or anything on there. So that's a way to help deal with some of the issues you may come up with if students are not behaving in the correct manner.